some of the West Michigan players we might see in bracket. I know Drewish is here.
Yep.
I think Copel was supposed to attend. I don't know if I currently see him or if he's actually competing today.
Yeah, I know Boo Bear's here.
Boo Bear, Eden, Blueboo, Drewish. The Lunges Carpool, he was the captain of that. So I think it's good to see West Michigan show up to events and actually, you know, helping to compete and like, kind of get a name for themselves.
Yep.
And so far, I've seen only impressive things from West Michigan players.
Yep. All right.
Young Link versus Pichu. You ever seen this matchup before?
Projectile City.
Projectile City. It's probably gonna be a lot of zoning. I would be scared of Pichu up close, beating out a lot of what Young Link could do.
Yeah. I mean, the interesting thing is Young Link can just fire out those arrows so quick. He's actually able to keep up and contest with those Thunder Jolts. So it's difficult for Pichu to be able to rely on those for good approaching. On top of that, that Boomerang, able to angle it up, really covers the area where Pikachu and Pichu like to throw out those Thunder Jolts as well. So it's going to be difficult to contest with that as well. But once they get in, Pikachu and Pichu can easily rack up a lot of damage.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like especially with how small Pichu is, like it's going to be hard for Blueboo to hell out of his kill confirms or even just like landing projectiles to just kind of combo off of and win neutral interactions with.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the more annoying things to deal with the Rats because, like you said, those small hitboxes and a lot of their attacks just shrink those hitboxes even more.
Ooh. That recovery option was very good there.
Yeah, good call going for the Zair instead of going for another up B because you saw thicc looking to punish it.
Wow.
Ooh. Quick down tilt to up air, going to be able to take off that first stock.
Yeah, I feel like during this set, we're definitely going to be seeing both characters die very early. Pichu being very notoriously light, and then Young Link being pretty easy to edge guard and being pretty light himself.
Yep. Nice. Getting underneath that Boomerang for the Nair. Going to be able to force Blue out to the blast zone there.
And I think so far, like, neutral's been pretty even amongst them and seeing, like, how thicc can maneuver his way around the projectiles and kind of get in. And how, like, well, Blueboo's going to be keeping the projectiles out, guessing where he's going to be, and then also using his own good frame data with his Nair and other quick options to kind of combat Pichu running up so close to him.
Yeah, I mean, that Nair is definitely doing a good job of being able to compete with a lot of Pichu's aerials there because that switch a successful far and
what a smart read.
Jeez.
With thicc just getting right back into it, just directly running into him off the Angel platform, not waiting at all.
Oh. A little bit too low there on the fast fall, so not going to be able to make it back, and Blueboo going to be taking game one here.
Yeah, I think he accidentally might have inputted a T-Jolt while he's off stage, and it looked like why he couldn't have just up-beat straight back.
Yeah, I mean, that's the trouble when you're just trying to get that verticality out of that up-B because it's like you have to angle it during one of the two inputs because you can't really input the same direction twice. So it definitely takes a lot of control being able to control that up B to get back to the stage.
Same characters, okay. I probably wouldn't expect that, especially with him ending off of an SD. He probably just feels a little frazzled, but I think he'll get back into it.
Yeah, I mean, thicc was doing a good job of finding some openings there, and once he got in, just racking up that damage, it's just going to be a matter of getting that little bit of extra control to make sure that he's not losing stocks for SDs.
I think Kalos is a very good choice from thicc. You know, the stage being relatively flat at first just makes the combo tree for Pichu relatively simple in what he can do. But then also the stage having walls make the T-Jolts just travel the entire way. Can edge guard pretty well, can cover yourself getting back to the stage.
Yep. And on top of that, with the platforms off to the side, there's nowhere to hide from those T-Jolts either. So it's going to be a lot easier to find those connections. Ooh. Boomerang returning, almost interrupting thicc there.
Oh, wow.
And, that's the other nice thing about walls. There's no way to drift around those down airs.
Yeah, nowhere for you to run in that down air. You're forced to, air dodge or try to hope a move will get you out of that. But unfortunately, so far, it looks like it's going to be thicc kind of commandeering his counter pick pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, even if your percent's high like this, there's not too much Young Link's going to be able to do from distance. He can keep on throwing those boomerangs and arrows, but the problem is thicc is just in the air so much that he's not going to be able to find too many connections.
I'm interested to see, too, if thicc is going to read on to the fact that, so far when they've been playing neutral, Blueboo will kind of jump around, and then he'll always land and shield, then press a button immediately out of that.
Yep.
So I wonder if he's going to eventually try to just maybe start grabbing more, or shooting a T-Jolt to condition the next button he does after his shield.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to be interesting to see as this set develops. But right now, thicc able to poke through that shield.
The strain there just killing him out of shield.
Yep.
Definitely Pichu is living a bit too long there. So if Blueboo wants to seal it up and not go to a game 3, he's definitely going to have to make sure that he lands a kill confirm or 2 to make sure that Pichu is not living to an obscenely high percent.
Oh, really looking for that hard read with the F smash there, but not going to be able to find it, and gives up stage control for a brief moment there.
It's good too, like seeing Nick's understanding of how well his moves interact with the projectiles. Like he's used back air a couple times to beat out the boomerang and a fire arrow just to hit Blueboo. And I think that shows like how well someone can know the matchup and play around something. Like projectiles I don't think are ever easy to play around at first.
Exactly, and right now, thicc definitely doing a good job playing around those, but unfortunately Blueboo's going to be able to get a quick grab in there and take control of the stage for a moment here, but these T-jolts just constantly harassing him. Both of them at 109% and climbing.
That boomerang to catch the T-jolt, if that was purposeful, was very smart. I don't know if he was just throwing it out there just kind of cover himself, but that was still just very good option select.
Yeah, but unfortunately, going down too far again, going to be losing another stock here, and that's not where he wants to be. But fortunately, down smash going to be able to catch that landing and finally take off that second stock.
I mean, so far this game's been very even, and like, with what qualities would make this stage good for thicc, he's definitely been keeping up well on his counter pick. But I also think Blueboo's taking advantage of how like big this stage is and kind of running away and poking around projectiles in neutral, making it so like Nick has to pick something relatively committal in order to start anything.
Yeah, I mean, thicc anytime he's approached, it feels like his option is either ended him if he hasn't gotten the conversion off the approach. It always ends up with him back on one of the platforms because these projectiles just stay out there for so long and cover such a good horizontal area that there's not really an easy, safe landing area. But here we go. thicc going to be able to find an opening here and starting to get some pressure going.
Oh, wow. Fire arrow into up air. Going to end it. A good win for West Michigan. Blueboo playing well there. I feel like Nick was definitely catching on for a good amount of time there. So if they went to a game 3,